I want to point out that out of everyone I know, you're one of the more hard working and in general working comedians since I've known you. Always on, like, you always got your road gigs. Then you started working with the cruise ships, and you were doing, you were, how many weeks a year were you out?
I was
38.
I was I was gone about half,
Okay, which is
and
great.
cutting down a lot of work because I need to be home with my family, or my kids will forget what I look like.
So was there a moment that the opportunities started accelerating for you? Was it maybe like an audition or a festival, or how was it that you became one of those always working comedians?
Um, this was advice given to me a long time ago when I very first started doing comedy. I was opening at the Punchline for Jim Breuer, and I asked him what his big break was. And he said, "There's no such thing as a big break, there's a million little breaks." And, you know, I've always remembered that, because it was not really necessarily one thing. I just kind of kept showing up, and when I was in San Francisco, I just so after I graduated Davis, I moved back to San Francisco and just hit the comedy scene really hard there and started going out on the road as much as I could. And I got in with a booker who books like 15 clubs in the Midwest, like all the funny bones out there. And I got in good with him so I could go out and do like funny
Was
bone
that
week.
Stroop at the time?
Stroop. That was Stroop. Yeah. And Stroop is, I love him. He's the man for young comics. The guy who runs the Midwest is a man named David Stroop, and he's wonderful. Partially because doesn't he doesn't bullshit. He gives you a straight answer because it's not personal for him. It's business. He's not a comic, and he's not trying to be a comic. He's just trying to, be a businessman.